Hello, greetings everyone. Today we are going to play Pokemon Legends ZA. So this is the Nintendo Switch version 1 and you can play it perfectly in PC as long as you follow all the steps that I'll be showing you here. So first of all, what you need is that you will need to have all of these 4 files here installed into your PC. So what are these files? So these are the Nintendo Switch firmware, the Nintendo Switch keys. It should be in version 20, the NSP or XEI file format of Pokemon Legends ZA, and the emulator, which we are going to be using Ryubing Emulator. So before you follow this video tutorial, I need you to agree that you have already purchased a legal copy of Pokemon Legends ZA. You own the physical copy or digital copy, or that you have pre-ordered it. So if you own the game now, then you can proceed on this guide. So first of all, you will need to get Ryubing Emulator. So to do this, go to Google and just type in Ryubing Emulator, and the first result will always be their GitHub page. So click on that. Ryubing Emulator is a fork of the Ryubing Emulator, and then just go here to the latest build, and it says that you can find a stable release here. So click on that, and then just look for the Windows version to download. But if you are in Linux, you can get the Linux version, or in Mac, you can do that. But for me, Windows will be our tutorial for today. So click on that, download it. For me, I have already downloaded Ryubing Emulator into my PC, so I'm just gonna skip on that. Just go ahead and click on where I have downloaded it and open the folder. Then to install Ryubing Emulator, all you have to do is open this zip file, and then just create a new folder, name it Ryubing or Ryubing Emulator, open the published folder here, and then you can just drag and drop all of these files to wherever you like, something like this. So Ryubing Emulator, then drag and drop. Notes some time, closing that. And from here on out, all you have to do is just click on the application here, and then you'll be able to run Ryubing Emulator. So I'm just gonna delete this because I have already installed Ryubing Emulator. Close that. So I'm just gonna assume that you have already installed Ryubing Emulator into your PC, so go ahead and open it. So here it is. So your Ryubing Emulator will not look like mine because mine is already being optimized and have installed the necessary files for it to run Switch games. So you will need to install these 3 files here now. So these 3 files are the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. It should be in version 20 so that it can detect and play Pokemon Legends ZA. So the game should also be in NSP or XEI file format. So now, if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a physical copy of the game, the Pokemon Legends ZA game, which you got early from a store, or you got from your friend who got it from a store. And then also you have a Nintendo Switch console, which is modded and have installed a custom firmware in it. Because if it has a custom firmware installed in it, that means they can now fully access your Nintendo Switch system files, such as the Nintendo Switch keys and the Nintendo Switch firmware. But be sure that it's in version 20. So if you don't know how to mod or install a custom firmware into your Switch, or don't know how to digitally back up your physical copy of your Pokemon Legends ZA and you want to have these files, I'm just gonna help you out, just assuming that you have the physical copy of the game and a Nintendo Switch console. So prepare your mobile phone and scan this QR code here with your QR code reader so that you'll be redirected to a page wherein you can get all of these 3 files. So once you are in the page, be sure to follow all the instructions in it so that you can get all of these files. So if you have downloaded this via your mobile phone, just transfer them into your PC later on. So now I'm gonna assume that you have all of these files now into your PC, so let's install them to Ryubing Emulator. So open Ryubing Emulator. The first step that we will need to do is to install the Nintendo Switch keys. And to do this, just go to Actions and go to Install Keys. And then create a new folder just like mine here. Create it, name it Keys, and just open the zip file. Drag and drop the product keys and title keys inside this folder. And then just select the product keys file and hit open. And hit yes to install it. Now the next step is to install the firmware file of the Switch. And to do this, just go to Actions, install firmware from XCI or zip file, then locate on that firmware file. Again, it should be in version 20. Click on that and hit open, hit yes, and hit OK. So now, the keys and the firmware of the Nintendo Switch has been fully installed in Ryubing Emulator. Your Ryubing Emulator is now capable of detecting and playing your Nintendo Switch games. So, if you have successfully installed these files, you will see that your games will now be detected in Ryubing, and you will see the game icons of these games. Now, for the next step, in order for you to play Pokemon Legends ZA into your PC, you will need to optimize it in Ryubing so that there will be no issues in playing it, there will be no crashes, something like that. So I have found out that you don't need to install the update, because if you install the update of the Pokemon Legends ZA, the version 1.0.1, Ryubing Emulator will crash instantly. So avoid that first. So we'll just play the base game of Pokemon Legends ZA. So as I have here, I have version 1.0.0. Then to optimize this, go to options and go to settings. And in this part, be sure that you have paused the video and be sure to copy every setting that I will show you here. Again, pause the video. So these are my settings for the interface settings. The game directories is wherein you will store your Nintendo Switch games, and again, it should be in XCI or NSP file format. Now go to input. It's better that you use a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard, so be sure to use your Nintendo Switch Pro controller, Xbox or PlayStation controller. Map them here according to liking. With the dead zone, be sure to change that in 0.20 so that it will fix some of the drifting issues into your controller. Now go to system. Simple settings. This is the default settings. There's nothing here to change, but be sure that VSync is checked. And here in CPU, PPTC is checked. Now go to graphics, the most important setting of Ryubing. So just go to use Vulkan API, a dedicated graphics card, at least a GTX 1060, and you'll be able to play all of the Switch games. And enable shader cache, enable macro HLE. If you're having some performance issues, go to native resolution, but for me 2x resolution is the best because the game will look more sharper and much more beautiful. SMA Ultra, you can change this to none if you're having performance issues. FSR, you can change this to bilinear if you're having some issues. 16 by 6 anisotropic filtering should be in 16 times. You can change this to auto. And aspect ratio 16 by 9 and our monitor resolution. So once done, go to audio, and here are the simple settings. Now hit apply and hit OK. Then your Ryubing Emulator is now fully capable of playing Pokemon Legends ZA into your PC. So a little bit of a disclaimer. I will not be able to show you guys a gameplay of Pokemon Legends ZA run into my PC because we all know how strict Nintendo is, and they have really been strict lately, taking down videos if it shows Nintendo Switch emulation for PC. So I'm just gonna skip on this part. But as a proof of this video tutorial, I'll be showing you a little bit of boot up into the title screen, okay? That's how far I'm willing to go to show you the proof that we have the game running. So it's here. I'm just going to blur the screen from here on out so that Nintendo will not be able to detect my video and will not be able to hit me with any of their copyright strikes. So now I am in the title screen of Pokemon Legends ZA. It runs well, no issues at all. So I'm just going to go to stop the emulation now. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of Pokemon Legends ZA into your PC, then just leave a comment in the comment section below. Please do leave a like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. Will help the channel massively. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye for now.